Hello friends, what a beautiful sunny day. I'm Elena and I welcome you to the Alanya Life Uncensored channel in our wonderful Alanya Friends. In today's video I want to fill in the gap that we have on our channel. We haven't filmed some areas of Alanya, so a bit. If you are a long-time subscriber, you probably remember that we have filmed numerous areas starting from the center of Alanya and towards Gazipasa in that direction. But we have completely missed the west of Alanya. These are modern areas, now truly modern. They used to be quite modest and there wasn't much to talk about. But here in Alanya, everything is developing so rapidly. You have probably noticed it yourself. Such a boom in construction and so many people arriving. And the areas are becoming very interesting. So let's start our review of the areas. Today we are heading to an area called Konakli. This is the area closest to the west of Alanya's center. I'll be honest with you, I am completely unfamiliar with the area. I will be exploring and discovering it together with you. Let's go. Friends, for those who do not have transportation, arrived at the bus station. This is the small bus station in Alanya, which is located near the Friday Bazaar, the Kuma Bazaar. From here, these small buses depart. They are called dolmuşes here. I specifically came closer to show you how to navigate. They don't have numbers like the buses that run through Alanya itself, but they all have signs like these. So if you see the name of the village or area you need, you can confidently get on and go. Well, there are also other buses that will take you directly to your area. I want to add that the distance from the center of Alanya to the center of Konakli is 12.5 kilometers. So by car, it's about 20 minutes at most, maybe even less. And you're there. Well, let's go. So friends, the Federal Highway D400, which runs along the village of Pobrežje, you know this, and we have entered the Konakli area. I want to immediately draw your attention to the fact that the area is conditionally divided into two parts by this highway. On the left is the land that directly adjoins the sea. There, in the main development, are hotels. There are various hotels, from modest 3-star ones to wonderful 5-star ones. Tourists generally love to vacation in the Konakli area. Later, we will go to the beach and see what the beaches are like. And on the right side of the highway is the residential area, with all the infrastructure, including shops and a bazaar. And now, first of all, we will walk through the residential area and see what is here. What can you expect if you decide to live here? Well, friends, we are in the very center of the former village, now a district of Alanya, Konakli. This is the calling card, you could say, of the area. Does it remind you of anything? We have the same clock in the center of Mahmutla. Well, it seems they traditionally like to build towers out of this kind of brick here. By the way, friends, you probably didn't know an interesting fact. Konakli, when it was still a village. There is a sister city in southern Saxony, Germany. The city is called Helmstadt. And on this tower there is a clock that shows the time in that specific German city. Very interesting, right? So look, if we look in that direction and take a walk, there is another small attraction. This is the sculpture of a horse. I couldn't find any information about why this sculpture was placed here, but everyone knows that Konakli has a horse sculpture, which was installed in 2014. And from this spot begins a small pedestrian walking area, where there are always a lot of tourists during the season, and many small shops, boutiques, and souvenir stores are open, making it a commercial and souvenir street. But now, since it's the low season, naturally everything is somewhat closed. And I think that it is very beautiful here in the evening because notice there are these kinds of lanterns on all the trees. All of this lights up in the evening, creating a very charming atmosphere. Friends, right now we are walking along this promenade with the highway and the sea behind us, meaning we are heading deeper. into the residential area, and ahead of us is a mosque. You know, we want to show it to you because it really deserves attention. Everyone who has been here writes reviews saying that this is a very beautiful mosque. Naturally, it has been restored, but it was originally built by Alaaddin Keykubat, the same Alaaddin Keykubat who actually founded the city of Alanya. By the way, we have a video about the Alanya fortress where we tell the detailed story of the city's origin. And this was in 1361, I believe. Well, that is, it was a very long time ago. Naturally, it has been restored. You know, firstly, it is very beautiful inside, but we won't be able to film it now. If you come here, make sure to check it out. We recommend it. And in the evening, it is beautifully illuminated. It's definitely worth seeing this mosque in the evening. They compare it in such a way as if it is illuminated in green, as if it were an emerald. So, friends, if you go slightly to the right from the clock, almost near the highway, there is a shopping center where you can safely grab a bite at McDonald's. Don't pay attention, it's the low season now. During the low season in Turkey, there are always some repair works going on, plastering and painting. It is getting ready for the summer season. There is a large time center here, with a well-known coffee shop, McDonald's, and of course, the most famous Turkish brands and small shops. So, you get the idea, a bit of shopping and a snack. If you go a bit further, only in Akli, you will also be delighted by a Luna Park. There is also a Luna Park in Alanya, but it is perhaps a bit smaller in size. This one is quite decent. There are some really extreme rides over there. And there are also carousels for the little ones, as you can see. So if you are with kids, there are places to go. But here's a little problem, friends. I've been thinking, you live here all the time, right? So what does that mean? You have to wait for the start of the season to enjoy all these wonderful entertainment spots. In winter, it seems like everything is somewhat closed. Well, I don't know, that's my conclusion. Maybe someone knows how it works differently here. I also want to draw your attention to something. Across the road, almost opposite this shopping center, there is the well-known Niva outlet. Nowadays, outlets under the Niva brand have been opened everywhere. There is one in every district of Alanya, but here it is quite good, large and two-story, this shopping center. So you can shop well in Konakli. This is one of the main streets, you could say, the central one. What we showed you before was a pedestrian tourist area, but this is the actual center. Look at how beautifully the palm trees are planted. What do we see on both sides? We see all kinds of shops. There are banks, furniture stores, and electronic stores from well-known Turkish manufacturers. There are also mobile phone shops. What else do we see? A hardware store. Well, in general, everything is here to set up your life and live a full life. We see curtain shops, a hardware store, and some real estate properties. Well, how could we do without it? Right. There are small cafes and even car sales. Not rentals, but actual car sales. So, here you go, regarding grocery stores. The well-known and beloved bag. I think all the chain stores are represented here. Now, perhaps on our way we will come across our favorite BIM and A101. Why not? This is just a regular district of Alanya, right? The population of this district is about 15,000. Well, that's those who live here permanently. Naturally, during the high season when tourists arrive, the number of residents here increases several times over. And for these approximately 15,000 permanent residents, there are 2 clinics here.
In our episodes, we covered everything about life in Turkey and traveling across the country, where it is warm almost year-round. Tall palm trees, fresh farm fruits and vegetables all year-round. If you decide to choose a place to live here, our company, Prime Invest, will be happy to help you find the best option where you will be happy to live. We are also developers and build beautiful villas with sea and mountain views. All contact details are in the description.
Do you hear? Let's take a little walk over there and see what views open up from there. Friends, not far from this park, you could say, in close proximity, there is another development like this. We showed you the main development and streets of Konakli earlier, but this area attracts attention too. So in this quiet and secluded place, there are more decent and familiar housing formats where there is a fenced area with infrastructure, again low-rise, buildings with a small number of neighbors, a very nice place. Well, I guess this is where I will say goodbye to you, because we have shown you everything we could in Konakli. I hope you have at least some impression of this particular area. I hope so. Well, we will continue the review of the areas that are located west of Alanya, and stay tuned for our next episodes. I'm not saying goodbye forever. See you next time. Bye-bye. Just a little video as I watch. Nastya, come out. 3 or 4 schools, 2 lyceums and 1 kindergarten. We will now try to find a clinic, a school, and see how everything looks here. Well, we just decided to come and take a look out of our own interest. Here is the clinic, city clinic. By the way, I want to remind you that we have a video on our channel about medical services in Turkey. You can register at a regular city clinic with a family doctor if you have a residence permit, and you can receive services there completely free of charge. But for this, you need to watch our video and understand how to do it. As we immediately noticed, here is our favorite BIM, and over there is a PTT sign, which means it's a post office, and there is another post office nearby. Now we want to go to another place to see where the schools are here. We will at least look at 1 school. Friends, look, there was no information, and then suddenly we just stumbled upon it. Please, a branch of Alaaddin Keykubat University, the big one that is located in Kestel. This is the linguistic department, and it seems it was built recently. Here, the Konakli branches are functioning. We were looking for a school and found the university. By the way, not only the linguistic department, but also the dental department is located here. Here we are, arrived at one of the schools. Remember that there are both primary schools and general education schools here. A fenced area with a sports ground. I think a large number of children study here because the school is quite tall and spacious. So friends, what can I tell you about construction and the housing stock? Well, first of all, high-rise buildings are prohibited in Konakli. I find it difficult to say for what reason, but apparently there is a reason. So here all the houses are a maximum of 5 floors. Well, in general, you are probably observing this yourself right now. And in recent years, the area has started to develop actively, with a lot of new buildings being constructed. There are actually not that many really old houses like those that are 20 years old here. You really look around and there are indeed many new houses. Look, this is indeed a very typical street. And on both sides there are such low-rise houses. I think they are probably about 10 or 8 years old. There are even some that are newer, but please note, at least it caught my eye, that there are no such luxurious complexes in the central part of this area like we are used to seeing in Mahmutlar, with huge territories, pools with slides, and whatever else they come up with. Yes, with tennis, courts, or multi-courts. So far I haven't come across any such complexes here. Perhaps construction is taking place somewhere, but a bit further from the sea, in new areas. And here it looks something like this. Friends, in Konakli there is a very nice, interesting place. Really charming. At the entrance at the very beginning of the area, if you are coming from Alanya, there is a beach like this and a park. The park is located on a mountain with a viewing platform. This park is entirely immersed in greenery, in pine trees. It's a bit off-season now, not summer. Otherwise, it would be full of blooming plants, flowers would be planted, and it would be very colorful. But even now it is very beautiful. If you go up, the entrance, however, is from the other side, not from the beach side. You will find yourself at the observation deck, and a wonderful panorama will open up before you. Moreover, in this park, which is on the mountain, it is a park in Turkish style. And what is the Turkish style? It definitely includes barbecue zones, barbecue areas, and gazebos where families can gather and spend time. By the way, during the summer season, there are quite a lot of people here, and actually the beach itself. You see, it turns out it is artificially made in the bay. Most likely there are no big waves here. Why did we decide to show you this particular place? Because in Konakli, basically the entire coastline, as I mentioned earlier, is occupied by hotels. And basically the beaches there are kind of hotel beaches, but you can get in, sneak in somewhere, I would say. So you won't really find large, spacious public beaches. And this, in fact, is a public beach. Locals come here as well as guests. In the summer, both a restaurant and some kind of diving center operate here. And we filmed footage of this park in the beautiful summer season. And now you can see it all on your screen. Oh, what a funny song we have.